Hey, everybody. There's a saying most of us learned as children, and it went a little something like this. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Everyone remembers that one, right? But it seems to me that that's changed over the years, and now it goes a little something like this. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will ruin my life, force me to take antidepressants, find a safe place, and express my feelings to my psychologist. It seems everyone is so thin-skinned and pussified. Is pussified a word? Fuck it. It is now. Now, there's no room for racism or bigotry, and that can and will rightfully offend someone. But what I don't get is why does everyone have to stand up for someone else being offended? Can't they do it on their own? If, let's say, someone called Mike a fat bastard, how does that offend me? If someone says, hey, Brad, you kind of look like one of Jim Henson's Muppets, would that offend me? No. And just the same for me. If someone said, hey, Craig, you look as though you could be one of those statues of a Greek god, why would that bother them? We should all mind our own business and let the other person sack up and stand up for themselves. I remember one time telling my father about this kid at school making fun of me. I can't remember exactly what the kid said, but what I can remember is my father laughing and saying, now that's funny. Then he said, what did you say? And I replied, nothing. Then he called me a pussy and said, you better think of something because this kid is good, and if you let it slide, it's not going to stop. My father actually admired this 11-year-old dickhead. This piece of advice imparted to me by my loving father has made me the person I am today. An asshole with a wise mouth. Now, it's not right to call people names for no reason other than the fact that you disagree with them or you don't like the way they look. If you do, expect some pushback. And a lot if you're on a bigger stage. And don't act surprised when repercussions arise, because you brought them on yourself by speaking before thinking, and that shit gets you in nothing but trouble, and can also affect the people around you. But anyway, enough of this. Maestro, you shit-sniffing pile of dicks, hit that music.
All right, and welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm here with Mike and Dionysus, son of Zeus. Are you out of your fucking mind comparing yourself to a Greek god?
No, just between you two.
Dionysus. More like dialysis.
Oh, God.
Fuck you.
Man.
Dionysus.
I love your statue, just some old concrete guy grabbing his kidney. They build a ramp for him. I can't believe you compared yourself to a Greek god. I get you're the skinniest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Not hard to do.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. That's
You got the skinniest
I'm
brain,
getting
too.
a little overconfident, apparently. You know? Sorry. What do you want me to say?
I tell you this.
Delusions of grandeur.
That's exactly what they are. But I do think you do have some Greek god comparison. I think you definitely have one of those like shriveled dicks that you don't need a fig leaf to cover. You need a fig Newton.
Fucking sleeve.
I can also picture you standing there in one place with your shirt off while pigeons shit on you all day. But yeah, other than that, no comparison, pal. Not feeling it. So
I don't have the curly hair. That's the only drawback.
you don't have the curly.
And you have
What are your
arms.
pubes long and flowing? You look like Miss Clairol down there.
Miss Clairol. Oh, my God. Wow.
So enough about Craig's Greek curly pubes. How was your week, Mike? We're back in your basement. We should say that.
Yeah, we're back in the basement.
We're back in Studio A.
Yes, smell
Yes.
that must.
NTS
great.
Studio
It's awesome.
in full effect.
Yes, this is like the main studio.
Yes.
Okay, the satellite thing was fun for a while, but we needed to get back to our roots a bit.
It was awesome, though. I enjoyed recording
The
this.
seats are way more comfortable.
Yes, they are.
Which is rare to hear coming out of a garage.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But this week, we went to go see DP2.
I'm sorry?
DP2.
You might want to rephrase that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you watch that on the internet and on your tablet, or did you actually go to a theater and see a movie?
All right.
Same theater that Pee Wee Herman went to.
No, this week was only Deadpool 2.
Deadpool, okay,
DP2,
Deadpool.
DP2 through 5 was on the internet.
I thought you were talking about the mercenary with the mouthful of dicks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Nah, it was a great movie, man. I can't wait for you guys to see it. If you guys like the first one, you're going to love the second one.
First one was really good. I liked it a lot.
It was really good.
And I do plan on seeing this one, but I didn't rush out to see it.
Yeah.
But I will.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a fun movie. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds and his.
It was a great movie to watch illegally.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, most of them are.
Yeah.
Most of them are. As long as it's not like a camera and some dude's head for 3/4 of the
Yeah,
movie.
or crooked when it's totally out like on a 45-degree angle because the guy's got it tucked in his coat.
I remember when I first illegally streamed The Last Jedi, I was on an angle, and I'm like, wow, they really took some liberties with this one. Then the thing starts scrolling up in Hebrew, and I'm like, oh, fuck, man.
You had to get Jerry Seinfeld to record him, apparently. Remember that episode when he was recording the movies
sideways.
for Kramer's
Oh,
fucking...
yeah. That
Well,
was.
he was
good.
in there with a camcorder. It's a little easier now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the sound quality is still never good.
Yep.
You know, basically, we used to get them at bars. People would come in and sell those $5
Yep.
DVDs.
Yep.
Now,
JR.
now
Shout
we get
out
them
to
for
JR.
Yeah.
You actually have a guy?
We had a guy back in the 90s.
It was his cousin.
my cousin.
He's
back
like,
in the
hey,
90s.
want to watch the Hulk? I'm like, are we watching the Hulk? Or are we watching the fucking Playboy channel and you're not subscribed to it? Like, it was
Yeah,
like
it
that
was
blurry
terrible.
fucking line.
Terrible shit.
Some of them are so bad. I mean, I got one good one years ago. I got Hitch. My wife wanted Hitch, that Will Smith movie. It's a pretty good movie. But out of nowhere, in the middle of it, I thought, this was like taken from B-roll or something like that. And out of nowhere, in the middle of the film, the guy just gets up
and walks
across the screen. But he did it perfectly in line with Will Smith's eyes. So it looked like Will Smith was looking down at this guy's head.
No way.
And then, then we get back into the movie. It's a really well done bootleg. For late 90s, it was really good. And then out of nowhere, the guy comes back, refilled his popcorn. Comes up with a giant bucket.
No way.
And he sits his ass, but he can't because he's got to move his coat. Next thing you know, so there was like a big moment there, just lost it completely. Then he sits back down. The rest of the movie was delightful.
Yeah.
But this dude had a head on him the size of that bucket. Holy shit. So, yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, Mike. So we saw Deadpool.
Yeah, it was great. All in all, it was a great movie. Obviously, I wouldn't take your kids to go see it because, they do talk about strap-ons in this movie as they did in the first one.
Take my kids to see it.
I'll take my kids to see it.
But all the, all the supporting actors were there and shit. It was pretty cool, man. And I love the way they made Cable out to be. It was awesome.
Who's Cable? He's the main bad guy?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
That's Josh Brolin,
I'll just
right?
say that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the dude from the Goonies.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he grew up.
Imagine that. Now he's fucking Cable. And I saw it from the
It
trailer. I
looks
thought it looked
they
awesome.
made it-
Just
that
like
was
the comic
best
book.
CGI in the whole thing. They made him look fucking phenomenal. And all his gadgets and shit, he's got all the same fucking gadgets. Awesome.
So that CGI was good because you had mentioned off there that the CGI was kind of Sci-Fi Channel quality.
Yeah, there's a couple of a couple of scenes with big battles with shit, that you could,
couple of shady explosions.
Yeah.
Like,
not even
they like
explosions.
shake back and forth off the ground.
Yeah, no, the explosions ain't so bad. You know what does it for me is it's the movement. And if you have a total CGI character, the way it moves is huge. You know what I mean? If it moves too boxy, then
or slides across.
I've
And
actually
there is
got
some
the
of that.
opposite problem. I think they put too much animation in. I don't think they account for how people don't move smoothly the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I'm not in a yoga studio.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like a you know what I mean? Like somebody walking from here to there. It's the movement's going to be, pretty much the same, but there's going to be little tweaks here and there where the body doesn't do exactly the same thing.
Herky jerky, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So why can't they program that into fucking movement?
Which I'm surprised because remember
What the fuck?
those
They do it
old
with-
animation movies from like the late 70s, early 80s when they actually used human
film. Yeah, they used
and
film.
They
and
used
then they
film
did
and then they would
they did
animate
everything
over
around the
it.
film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, granted, they're not doing that now.
No, they
but
should. That would be
but
an awesome idea.
That movement was better than some of the CGI I've seen. You know what I mean?
I think
to an
they,
extent.
they make too much animation. They did it in Rogue One.
Yeah.
The Tarkin. Tarkin, honestly, they made him way too front and center.
It's terrible.
But it was a tremendous technological feat. What they
Yeah.
accomplished with that character was pretty amazing. For those of you who haven't seen Rogue One, kind of a niche movie, if you're not a Star Wars idiot like us, they basically took a character who died in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And he was a known actor back then, did horror films
Peter
and things
Cushing.
like that.
One of the
Yeah.
best actors of all time.
He was great. He was great, but long dead. He'd be like 130 now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So they took him and they basically created a CGI character. It's probably the first real full CGI character
Yep.
that interacts with actual humans. And they did a tremendous job. But if you watch the way his mouth moves, it's all just too fluid.
Exactly.
You know, like we're looking at each other for 3 hours tonight, and blah, 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 blah. Nobody's that fluid.
That
Yep.
and the eyes, not so much the eyes themselves, but the skin around the eyes. It just doesn't.
It's never. They're never going to
There's
match.
something
They should have
there.
did, yeah. A
And
little
obviously, they did him in that movie before too. He was in friggin' Part 3 there at the end.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
was, that was
yeah.
CGI?
CGI, yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
was
didn't
all
know that.
CGI too.
But the thing, like with that, I mean, it's cool, but they should have been more subtle with it. Like you said, they put him too front and
A lot
center.
more
Way too
shadow.
front.
A
You
lot
know?
more shadow. Have
Yeah.
him talking in the background.
In the
or
background.
something,
Give
Like
it,
they
you
did
know?
with that part. That's what they did. They had him more in the background, and
So, I mean, yeah, no, I will always prefer actors doing actors. But
Yeah.
let's not get off topic here. I am surprised you went to go see Deadpool when Solo's out.
I'm pretty surprised myself. Man. No, I don't know, man. I'd rather something like Solo. I gotta go see with you guys. You know what I mean? I gotta go see it with Craig. Definitely, we've been together for every
yeah.
single
Star Wars
movie
release,
since
fucking
we've known
yeah.
each other. You know, basically.
And it's true, and we made a day out of it. And this
Yeah.
was the first time that I didn't say to you, "Hey, I took the day off of work. Let's
know,
go."
I know.
Because I usually do.
I know.
I take the day out of work.
I know.
We go and see him.
I would love for all three of us to go see it. I know me and Craig is an awesome
Oh,
chance
yeah.
we're gonna go see it together. But Brad,
Well, I got a cool wife. She wants to go.
awesome. Let's
we're-
bring all the women.
No.
Okay,
No,
not
Worlds
our
colliding.
women.
Worlds
Not our
colliding.
women.
No, no.
Worlds
Yeah,
colliding.
No, I mean,
Brad likes to buy popcorn, cut a hole in the bottom of the jar. That's why, you know, in the bottom of the fucking
and
box.
that's why you like to sit next to him.
That's right. Every movie for the last 7 years, I go, that ain't butter, bitch.
Yeah.
No, seriously though. Seriously, I say we all have to go see
I
that
think it would
movie.
be a fun night out, but my point of bringing it up was you didn't feel any urgency to go see Solo. You didn't feel any urgency to go see Solo. I haven't
yeah.
gone to see it yet, and we haven't booked a babysitter for date night. Are we all getting a little tired of Star Wars year after year now? It's every year there's a new Star Wars movie. Maybe, just maybe, Disney's beating the fuck out of this franchise.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the case. I think like the Solo movie, it's a story I know. That's the thing. 'Cause I know the story. I think I do because
Yeah,
they
you
did.
do.
They did change.
That, I don't think they're going to
all
change
the
a
canon and stuff, but I kind of know the backstory of Han Solo. So for me to run out and see it, it was nothing new to me. So that's why I was kind of.
Well, I get it,
You know-
but I also, every time Star Wars or Goodfellas comes on TV, I know how it ends. I still watch it all the way through.
Yeah,
This is a new take on it. I don't know the backstory, but the one thing that kills me is that I know he lives, so there's
Yeah.
really no peril.
there's no. Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
danger. You know he makes it. He might
know-
lose a girlfriend along the way.
Yeah,
And apparently he has a wife or something before Leia.
yeah.
He was just laying seed all over the galaxy.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what's messed up is we're talking all kinds of bad shit about it, but I guarantee in the episode for this show, after we watch that fucking movie, we're gonna be all giddy talking about it.
I hope
it's
so.
gonna be
Probably.
awesome.
Because
You know what? I had this thing. I swear to God, really, I've been thinking about it all week. You know why? I kind of think but I mean, it's like a subconscious kind
I think
of thing.
you might be thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Go ahead.
He looks nothing like fucking Harrison Ford. Nothing like him.
It's not.
His face is 2 times as wide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His hair's different.
I could
If
deal
they made
with
him
that.
look a little more like him, I think more people would be like, "Wow."
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like
But-
night and day with these 2 guys.
And what I think is, like you said, because of that, like I could deal with that.
Yeah, I
to an
can too,
extent.
and
To
we're
an
gonna-
extent,
we're gonna deal with it.
But I think, but it was a problem when I first saw the trailer. I was like, he doesn't really look
First
like.
thing I said.
So maybe it's a fact that this might be the first Star Wars movie that I was afraid that I might not like,
Yeah, and it's the biggest one too.
and that might be huge.
it's like
that
one of
might
our
be a part
biggest
of it.
ones too.
Why I didn't rush out to see it.
Fair enough, but we're now a week plus,
Yeah,
and nobody's rushing. We're
I
still
can't believe
here.
none of us
Yep.
have seen that movie yet.
yeah. I can't believe it either.
We gotta
Manny
do
went
it.
and seen it.
Manny goes and sees everything.
Every movie. Yeah.
He's got 3
He
kids.
just doesn't wanna be home.
Bugging him to
It was like instead of watching TV, man, he should go see his movies.
It's air conditioned.
Yeah. As soon as his wife starts talking to him, he's like, "Oh, I got a movie to see. See ya."
So you saw Deadpool, but tell me more about DP2.
You had to be there. I was on location.
Yeah, but I think you were there solo.
not to be cute, not to be confused with Fisting Fireman 5. We're talking about DP 2.
Two.
Right? Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
3, 4, or
every
5.
time we mention fake porno names, Craig immediately defaults to Fisting Fireman 5.
I know.
Exactly.
What is it,
He
the
had that.
alliteration that gets you?
No, you know what? I can't. I'm trying to think.
Was that-
I've heard
was
it
that-
before.
Hey, listen.
That's why. And
you
I
know
can't.
why you've heard it before?
What?
Brad. One day.
No, don't put my name in.
No, Brad. Brad and everyone out there. I fucking remember the porn that I stuck on your truck that day.
Oh my
Fisted
God.
Fireman 5. That's where you get it from. Listen to this.
Mike, I get to work one day, and there's a fucking manila envelope tucked underneath my driver's side windshield, and this is back when
years ago.
This was years ago.
7,
when
8.
I quit my own business and was like, I'm gonna work for somebody else, and went and worked for somebody else for a few years, and then was like, fuck this sucks. But there was other people working there, and there's this couple of people in there that, in particular, that are nosy as a motherfucker. And Mike knew this. And Mike slides this manila envelope under my windshield, and it said from Uncle Joe or whatever.
Oh no, this is from Big Joe. Here's the video.
Here's the video you wanted.
you
Oh, you
wanted.
left the
right?
big part out. Craig.
Yeah.
I put here's the video you wanted.
Right.
And that was it. That's all I
So
did.
I
wrote
open the
out
manila envelope, and I pull out this movie, and it's fucking
Fisted Fireman
straight
5.
up fucking hardcore
Gay
porn.
porn.
Gay porn. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Everybody
so right
had
away,
fucking taken it off and looked at it already. before
right
I
away,
did.
I'm like, I know that fucking that
Dan.
this
Dan
kid
was
Mike
one.
P. I'll call him. I know he looked at it because he's the nosiest motherfucker in the world, but he is also the most Christian motherfucker in the world.
Yep.
He's like in a cult.
Yeah, he's hardcore.
He's in a cult. And I confront him on it all the time. He says, "We're not a cult." I'm like, "No, you've got like 1,000 members. That's a cult."
yeah, this guy,
Maybe they
You know?
watch it because on number 6 they find the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, this guy had no other color.
Right
in his
up some
rainbow
guy's
except for
ass.
white.
But he was looking at me like shocked, like avoiding me. And then so I approached him and said, "You opened that fucking envelope, didn't you?" And right away he's like, "Yes, I did." And I'm like, you know who dropped that up? Because he's met Mike before. I'm like, that's fucking
And he still came back?
yeah. And I was like, that was Mike that fucking stuck that. And he's like, oh, okay. Thank God. He's like, he's like, oh, thank God. He's like, thank God. I was praying for you. And
Yeah,
stuff. He's like,
you know damn
oh,
well.
yeah.
He was like, "Is he lying?" He was watching you.
Oh
for a
yeah,
couple
he
days
was.
After that.
Oh, he
You know
was.
that.
Yeah, he was shocked.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty good. And fucking, I'm so thankful that Brad's not asking where I got that gay porn
I was just
from.
thinking that. Yeah.
I know exactly where you got it. Where you get the rest of your gay porn. Right here in the basement.
Yeah.
Not at my house, you fucking prick. The joke is dead. Let it fucking die.
Forget it.
I had to
It
deal
was
with
still in the
Christy this
plastic.
week. I had to deal with Chrissy. She won't let this joke go.
No.
Everything I say, she just hammers me with this shit.
She's so fucking funny, man. She is fucking funny.
She's cool,
She
but
is.
you know what? We
She's
got her
cool.
fucking move date wrong.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still teaching.
She's got the move date
Oh, no,
wrong.
let me rephrase that. She's still in the
She's teaching
building
till
where
the
they teach
25th.
students.
Where they teach.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a teacher.
She's recovering with. She's like that. What's that movie?
Yeah.
Summer School. She's like got the she got the sunglasses on. just sitting at the table with her
that
Hawaiian
other movie that
shirt.
just came out a couple of years ago with fucking what's her name playing that teacher fucking with hangovers all over the fucking desk all day.
Oh,
That's
Bad
what,
Teacher. With,
yeah, that's what I fucking see.
Cameron Diaz.
That's what I see.
I love that we're. Yeah, what's that movie that reminds us of Christy? Bad Teacher.
I know. That's so terrible.
We mention her
she's
every
fucking
week. You know
great.
what? I feel like we're name dropping her a lot, but you know what? She's
I bet you
awesome.
Chrissy was wishing she was jerking off fucking Justin Timberlake right now.
Where the fuck? What?
I never saw the movie, Craig.
Oh,
Did that, okay.
All right.
You know what?
Or is
I
that
never
just something that you wish?
No,
happened for her?
that was.
Is that just something you want for her?
I've never seen the
If it
movie
makes you
either,
happy.
dude. That fucked me all up. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I'm just glad you didn't say my name in front of her. Because that joke needs to fucking die.
Oh shit.
Oh my God! Enough with the name dropping. Well, you know, we talked about a lot of things in your intro. Well, not we. You did. You made a few pointed comments about sticks and stones and butthurt asses.
Yeah,
and,
and you know, this week I've never done this before. I had a good week this week.
Fucking unbelievable.
be still my beating heart.
I did. I enjoyed that weekend. Was great. And then
You didn't work at all over Memorial Day.
No, I
mean,
didn't.
professionally, I'm sure you're in the side you're doing something.
No, yeah, I did stuff, but no, I didn't. And it was awesome. And that you mentioned Memorial Day weekend, and we didn't talk about it last week. And I'd like to actually bring it to the fore. It's a holiday that deserves more attention than it gets. And
Definitely.
I would like to propose our first toast of the evening to the men and women of this country that have given the ultimate sacrifice.
Here, here.
It's too easy to forget.
Yes, it's
You know,
not
'cause
just
it's-
a Monday off.
It's the official beginning of summer. It's the first barbecue you have every
Yes.
It's the reason
year. And
we
that's
can,
all fine and good.
No, it is.
When I woke up on Monday morning and didn't have to run 15 feet to get to work,
Yep.
I totally agree. But all joking aside, we kind of take it for granted, and we do appreciate our military.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And we appreciate the men and women alive and gone.
Yes.
They're the reason we're able to sit in a fucking fat guy's basement and do a podcast.
Right.
And say the
Exactly.
things that we do.
And yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
You know, you may not agree with us saying what we do, but you always have to agree with our right to say it. And that's
right.
the difference.
Yep.
So,
And and that brings us to a point where sometimes you can say things in this country.
well, nobody ever told Roseanne she didn't have the right.
Yes, exactly.
They told her flat out, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but freedom of speech is not freedom of without consequence.
Yes.
And that's the big difference. And we've covered this on the show, but we're going to fucking do it again.
We're doing it again.
We're going to do it because they can't not talk about this.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
can't make us not talk about it.
A show that we were covering like a review, like EW.
I know it.
Yeah.
We were covering the show every week, and we were like, oh, it got better. And we got excited. And then we stopped talking about it because it was like handling an egg on a spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was-
we were afraid
we were
to.
afraid it was, if
Yeah.
we talked about it too much, it was going to get bad again. And then it did get bad because
Somebody dropped the egg.
they left with a really good episode. They
Yep.
left with a bit of a cliffhanger. And then Roseanne decided to go call what's her nuts?
Valerie Jarrett.
Valerie
Yes,
Jarrett.
Valerie Jarrett.
Mike, take over. What did he say about her?
She
say about
something about friggin' something between. She looked like fucking someone between an ape and a Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah,
person.
she said
Something like
it's
that.
it's like the Muslim Brotherhood
And
and
an
an ape had a
Had a
baby,
baby.
Wow.
equals VJ, meaning Valerie Jarrett. And that's
Jarrett,
what she was directing it straight at her.
Oh, so it
You
wasn't like at the original MTV guys, like the VJs.
No. No, she was.
This wasn't downtown Julie Brown. She was
No,
talking
no,
about-
exactly. She wasn't
Fucking
fucking Martha,
Martha-
Quinn. Wasn't
Martha
fucking taking
Quinn.
it. It wasn't getting fucking. You know.
Take that, Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder just be like,
You know what's funny?
Yup,
He's
I did.
He's probably heard that so many times.
No,
in
he
his
hasn't
life.
heard anything in years. Kurt Loder's 91.
yeah.
Probably still taking loads. I don't know.
Only when the orderlies think he's sleeping.
Oh man, nice. No, but have you seen her? Have you seen Valerie Jarrett?
I have not.
All
I
right.
mean, other than the Roseanne article.
Yeah.
You know me. I stay out of the whole politics thing.
Yeah.
I don't get into this.
Yeah, me too.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Insert screech here.
Yeah.
And Mike is also a Greek god.
Yeah. Fatarambus.
Bloatus.
Lotus Maximus. Fuck you. Once again.
Slow Sidon.
All right, this is going too far. Fuck you guys. All right. Bedriddenness.
Now that you got a good bed, why not?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, Valerie
you
Jarrett
guys.
not appearing on Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue
No,
anytime soon.
no.
Nobody's accusing her of being an attractive woman.
Oh, whatever.
What Roseanne said was clearly, it was certainly had a racist connotation.
It's childish.
that
It's
was the
childish more than anything.
Absolutely.
You're talking
Yeah.
about somebody's looks.
Well, and then somehow connecting that to the Muslim Brotherhood, and then going after one of the most commonly used racial epithets about African Americans.
Yeah.
And it really was poorly timed. This is a woman who made her life in comedy.
Yep.
And yet I feel like since Twitter became a part of her life, she's forgotten everything about comedy, subtlety.
Yes.
Okay, there are ways to make jokes where you can get the same point across and not say it outright. You know? And,
Yeah, be clever about it. Exactly.
and there was nothing clever about what she said. She
No.
said, you know what? Based on the way you look,
It was just a sentence.
it was a sentence that said, hey, by the way, I'm looking at your photo, and just by looking at you, now, based on your looks alone, so now I'm body shaming you, I'm bullying you,
Yep.
you know, just to talk in all this new vernacular. You are obviously black and Muslim.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're coming off the first season of a show that was so well received, maybe when it didn't even really deserve it that much attention,
Yeah.
you kind of watch yourself and you say, you know what? I got a lot of people working for me. I got a lot of actors, including some that weren't acting.
Yes.
I got a lot of careers jump-started again. Maybe I
Holding them all in my hand.
Maybe I take 5 minutes after thinking of a tweet. Let me take 5 and walk away.
exactly.
And she didn't
Think.
fucking do it.
No. But I mean, it's fucked up. She said it was ridiculous, stupid fucking comment.
Yeah.
Because, and the thing is, you can't do that nowadays. I mean, it was never right. I'm not saying it was ever right.
Of course not.
You know what I mean? But go back to fucking late 70s, I think. No, it was actually, yeah, it was the late 70s, I think.
Mid-70s.
Mid-70s. No. Late 70s.
That's what everybody
Howard
always refers
Cosell.
back to.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that monkey run, he said. Right?
Right.
Now, this is a man who, he wasn't a racist. You know what I mean? Howard Cosell he was really good friends with Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? To a point where he roasted
Who was a
him.
racist?
Huh?
Who was a racist?
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Big time.
Yep.
Big time.
But I mean, he also had a lot of other people that in the sport, because he was a sports guy, and to him, they were all
Monkeys can
in the
run.
same club. yeah. But to him, they were all in the same club. So to him, it wasn't really, he didn't really care whether they were black or white.
Right, it's
you know
the
what
times.
I mean?
It was the
But it was
times
the
of-
times. And I don't think, I mean, granted, at that point, he might not have meant, because the guy that he was talking about was what was his name? Garrison? I
idea.
can't remember.
Was he a midget?
No, he was tiny. He but he was short, and a lot of people never thought that he would make it into the NFL because he was too small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was burning people on the fucking field, like whoo, like weaving in and out of these giant guys and fucking running for
Just like a
fucking
rhesus monkey.
Yes, exactly. So, and don't get me, it was a bad statement. But you know what's funny is, like I said, he said that on national TV on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, Howard, want to kind of not say the monkey thing next week?
Yeah, but you still have a job.
He didn't lose his job. And they're
We're
like,
just going to give you a little professional
and
advice
then
here.
what a lot of people don't realize, he did it 2 times after that, he called people monkeys.
And I don't think there was a whole lot of bad intention there.
There wasn't. And what that proved was that he wasn't using it as a. It was more of a. I don't want to. It was a term he was using about a wily guy that could break
Jimmy
through.
the Greek?
You know. Wait, I have to say this real quick.
Yep.
The difference is there was no Twitter. There was no media back then. If
Didn't-
there was, he would be out of a fucking job too.
Maybe.
Guaranteed.
But you were talking about he was at that point on the highest rated show on television. He was he said that when the most viewers in the country were watching him.
How are you gonna complain to a fucking show
people
like
did it.
Yeah, but how are you gonna do it? You're gonna call them on the phone.
People
You're
did
gonna
it.
write letters, right?
Yeah.
Most people these days, they have their phones. No matter how stupid you are,
It's a lot
except for
quicker
me,
to fire out. No, it is a lot
you
quicker to
just
fire
throw it
out
out there,
something.
and it gets so fucking viral. It's so quick.
That's a good point that you made, because it's a lot quicker
Yeah.
to fire out your anger right now because you can pull your phone out of your pocket and do it. Back then, it wasn't.
It happened to our hero,
And-
Anthony Cumia.
Yeah.
Okay, at least my hero.
Yeah,
Anthony
no.
Cumia was taking pictures in Times Square.
Yep.
Okay, and he got assaulted by a black woman.
She ran up, slapped the camera out of her hand.
It knocked out like a $4,000 camera.
Yeah.
Okay, and went ape because she thought he was photographing
Wait,
her.
what'd you just say? She went what?
Oh, who's the racist now, motherfucker?
Oh my God!
I knew it.
All right,
Busted.
You know what? I don't want this reputation. Call me gay. You sons of bitches.
brother. I'm just kidding, brother.
No, she went
that fucking-
fucking
She went
ballistic.
nuts on him.
Yeah.
So- and it was like 5 a.m, so maybe people aren't at their best. Okay, and I call it a hunch. She's not getting up for work like Craig. She's going to bed like me.
Yeah.
She's at the end of her shift, you know. But you know, believe me, the guy has said a lot of things in the past that really pushed it. He was on. I hate the term, but he was a shock jock on radio, and he was doing that kind of edgy radio, and that reputation carried over to what eventually happened. He said nothing to this woman racially charged.
No.
He said nothing that was threatening or whatever. He simply said, "This stupid bitch attacked me," and then he kind of went a little too far on Twitter, but he also got assaulted in Times Square.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
man?
You
he
know?
was taking pictures. It was like the sunrise or something through the city or something
I
like that.
think it was like that Manhattan Henge thing that
Yeah, the-
happened.
yeah, the Manhattan
I think it was
Henge, he
one.
was
Well,
doing
that's
something.
Sunset, but
You get
yeah.
assaulted by someone, you know. I don't give a fuck how offended you get about what you call them. You know what I mean? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
But he said it publicly, and he's a major public figure.
So you know what he should have did is punched her in the face, not
Well,
publicly.
no, I think he did
you know.
actually.
No,
No,
I don't.
Did-
I don't
didn't he
condone
assault-
that.
did-
I don't.
oh,
condone
did he
swung
assault.
back.
Yeah, he
she was
swung
hitting
back,
him,
yeah.
but,
Yeah.
he's
I
not a
don't-
big man.
No.
We on NTS do not condone punching women in the face. I only said that in jest. All right,
Yep.
go ahead, bro.
All right, thank you,
Sorry.
Captain Disclaimer over here. Just watching
and
out for
don't-
me being racist all night.
Speaking of disclaimers about Howard Cosell, I'm not saying what he said was right, but I also don't think that he was saying it
actually
in the
thought it.
context that people thought that he was saying it.
Yeah, right.
I think he might have been saying it more of in the context like, you know, like I said earlier.
Well,
Yeah,
what about Jimmy the Greek? I was going to say this earlier.
Well, Jimmy the Greek was a
Jimmy
different
the
story.
Greek, he may have been racist, may not, but what he said.
No, he was racist, straight up.
All right, you sure?
Jimmy the Greek. Come on, who turned this on? Who is this guy? A boxer?
What?
Jimmy the Greek,
gotta
he
tell
was like
people who he
he
is.
basically was like the gambling mind of CBS, and he actually said that African American men were they were genetically advanced for certain sports.
Yep.
In other words, guess what? Black guys are really good at basketball.
Yeah.
Okay? Nobody ever factored in with Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, by the way, do you also know that basketball is one of the few sports you can play in the inner city where most African Americans live? Okay, it's a lot easier to shoot a basketball up at a hoop rather than try to get a baseball field in the middle of fucking Spanish Harlem.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
it doesn't happen like that. And so, yeah, maybe there's a connection with that, but he just took it. Well, no, they're genetically.
Didn't he also say something about them not being able to be quarterbacks because they didn't have the brain capacity?
Well, yeah, he said they didn't have the
like
appropriate mindset.
Yes, yeah. He
So
said
Jim-
so. He was
just
fucking
gonna-
out of his mind.
I was
He
just
was
gonna shut
fucking.
And we all know that if Jimmy the Greek was around today and had Twitter,
Fuck.
He would be
Yeah.
way worse than Roseanne. Nobody's arguing that he was racist,
Yeah.
but what he ended up getting fired for was actually he was trying to compliment them. I really feel like he was trying to make a compliment and saying, wow, you know what? These young African-American kids that are coming to the NBA today, and this was back when Jordan was coming up, if I'm not mistaken. It was Jordan and Pippen and all the guys from those famed Bulls teams. I think he was trying to be complimentary. I don't think he was stupid enough to be racist on television.
Yeah.
Anybody who knew him knew he was a pig in real life.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he had Twitter today, what he would say, like when James Harden cuts in. And well, is anybody going to guard that blank? You know, like that's
or Spud Webb. Look at that little blank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Midgets. Yeah.
Thank you. But, you know, and we're not going to get into the words. We don't believe in that. But it's frustrating to me because even when somebody's trying to do the right thing, they're not. And Roseanne had the ability to just not tweet that thing.
Yes.
All she had to do was be like, look, I'm going to go take a bath in a pile of fucking cash.
Yep.
Why on earth couldn't she just fucking do that?
Yep.
And she ruined a lot of people's jobs.
I mean, do you know I don't know how much money she got to sign on.
They actually didn't make that much per episode. She
You know,
took it back.
do you know that the last 2 seasons of Roseanne, she made $40 million?
Yeah.
At that time, made her the highest paid woman.
Well, it was the biggest show at the time.
Aside from in Hollywood, aside from Oprah.
Well, yeah.
$40 million for 2 seasons of a sitcom.
Yeah. And
That's fucking
not
insane.
a well-acted one. She was never...
No.
But the show had developed a following. The show had good characters, and it had a story we cared about.
See, we got to keep working on this, guys. We're getting somewhere. Sorry, Brad.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Making money?
Oh, yeah. We made $8 this week. Somebody bought a T-shirt, and they thought it was for another show.
Yeah, someone accidentally clicked. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. And then I had it shipped immediately, and so no refund. Needless to say, no backsies.
Yeah, no Oh, shit.
So, I mean, I think it's bad. You know, let's get back to the Roseanne thing. A lot of people lost their fucking jobs this week.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people left good paying jobs for questionable shows.
Yep.
And said, no, I'm going to go to Roseanne. This is a sure thing.
Yep.
Like, this is going to be on. And then it got renewed one night into their tenure.
One night.
One night.
They renewed
Season
it.
2.
Yep.
Well, 18 million viewers. I mean, that's good enough to renew anything.
Episode 2 was 11.
Yeah.
Episode 3 was
it went
9.
way down. It went way down.
Which is normal, though. I mean, that shit
because
happens.
both
A lot
sides-
of curiosity and all that, but I'm very annoyed about the fact that a lot of people left their fucking jobs for this.
Yep.
And now that she just goes, well, I was right, and I'm going to yell at my TV children who disagreed with me on Twitter, because they're all doing it now too. I don't represent what Roseanne said. This was aberrant, and they used big words like that.
Yeah,
aberrant's a
aberrant.
great word.
Yep.
I'm feeling for the gaffer and the key grip and the lighting guy
And Becky.
and Becky.
Cracker Barrel immediately filled her spot as soon as she left.
Oh, no. I'm telling you, she's going back to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I go back down to New York in 3
I really
weeks.
hope so, bro.
Yeah.
I hope so, man.
I'm going to go find her.
No,
hope
you know
so.
what? I think they're going to be okay, because I think they're going to they're going to pull something out of that. That show's going to continue somehow, a spinoff, because it's already been rumored. They're talking about the sister. What's her name?
Darlene.
No.
Oh, Jackie?
Jackie. I can't think of her name. She's a successful actor.
Oh, Laurie Metcalf.
Laurie Metcalf. They're talking about maybe doing a spin-off in her direction from her side of the family, where they would never have to show Roseanne again. You know what I mean?
Fair enough, but she's still over there all the time.
Yeah.
I don't see her carrying a show at all.
She's
a better actress than any of them.
Yeah, she's
I
the
don't
best
think so,
actress
man.
on the show.
You think so? Really?
Well, aside from John
phenomenal.
Goodman, yeah.
I think they left off with a cliffhanger because they got their FEMA money.
Yep.
And they basically could afford her surgery. They had the money to pay for her knee surgery.
Yeah.
And so I think they joked about her on the show being diabetic and not taking care of that. Maybe Roseanne, the character, dies on the table. And maybe John Goodman is now head of household without Roseanne. Maybe Laurie Metcalf moves in. And maybe then Darlene does a bigger show. And maybe the Connors live on with a dead Roseanne. And because she was blatant about the fact she didn't take care of herself. They were drinking beers and doing all the things that she shouldn't have been doing. And then, obviously, opioid addiction. Let's not...
No, that
week-long fucking addictions that she had on the show.
Well, but apparently she'd been doing it all along.
Yeah.
I guess,
she had it in the bag of ice that she kept in the freezer. She had pills. Maybe this woman died on the table because she wasn't honest with the doctors about all the pills she was taking.
Could be that, too.
There's a lot of outs for them.
No, there is.
The only problem is that Roseanne owns the property.
Yep.
So if her final act of penance for this racist bullshit, and make no mistake, we made jokes tonight, but it's fucking bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Stop being a jackass.
Don't be a fucking idiot.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just don't see the show surviving without her.
Probably not, but I think they'll get that season 2 that they were already planning.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think people will tune into that.
But contract-wise, I don't know if that. It depends on what's in the contract. If she's part of it, if she's not.
She
owns
all
the characters.
She owns
the
them.
characters. It's all
at the end. They say based on characters developed by Roseanne Barr. If Roseanne's
the domestic goddess.
There you go.
Fucking
we
bitch.
should have got a copy of the contract.
I
Then we would
think.
be
Well,
able to
that's
tell.
not public record, and we're not that big yet. We're working on some stuff, but we're not big yet. I do think if Roseanne wants to make a final act of penance for this bullshit, she'll come out and say, "You know what, guys? I bequeath the characters to you, ABC, or whatever the production house is.
Yeah.
Carry on this legacy. I fucked up, but I don't want everybody else to suffer for it."
Yeah, I don't want everybody's...
And in 5
that would be
years,
great.
She does a comedy special. People will go see it.
Yeah. Apparently she called the... She actually put a tweet out saying that she called... what's his name? Sherman or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. But he's the president of Disney and ABC at that point. And begged him to not cancel the show because she was concerned about everybody else's
It's
jobs.
amazing, though, how she thinks about this 5 seconds after she tweets
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Why wasn't this on her
Well,
mind?
Well, it
Yeah.
kind of sucks. I
And-
mean, think about us. We do that shit. We just did it. I just did it a couple of fucking seconds ago. We had a big blowout, fucking saying shit you don't mean. You know what I mean?
I meant every word.
I did too, asshole.
No.
But anyway, fucking, you know what I mean? It's so. I mean, it's one thing to say it and you're face to face with somebody, but then when you got the thought in your head. First of all,
Yeah.
second of all, you're typing it in. Third of all, you're sending it.
Yeah.
What is your fucking problem?
Think
That's what I
about-
don't get.
yeah.
It's like, what the
I'm telling
fuck?
you, 5-minute delay for all
Yep.
tweets.
For all,
5 minutes to. Are you sure?
You sure this
Just like
yeah,
Windows
this
has
to go.
been asking us for every time Mike opens a document. Are you sure?
Yeah.
you.
I really think that's what should happen on Twitter. If you really mean it, wait the 5 minutes.
Wait,
Brad,
yeah.
I promise I'm gonna get those bullets down. But anyway,
Yeah.
fucking.
Just for the record, he means bullet points.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
He's not just outright threatening me on the air.
Yeah.
Me and him have gone toe to toe a few times, but it's never come to ammunition.
But I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
no, I'm sorry.
Craig.
No, but I mean, she did all this shit. The best was she blamed it on Ambien. I was tired. I was tired. I took some Ambien and then I
That's
tweeted.
what her handler fucking told her to say.
But no,
It's always the ambient.
and I
thing.
wish it was because
It's true. It's guaranteed
It probably is. And then the best part is Ambien tweeted right back. The company
Yeah.
that creates Ambien tweeted right back. Sorry, Roseanne. We didn't realize that racism was a side effect to Ambien.
That's a French company.
No,
they had to have that shit translated.
Oh,
It was
you
great.
kidding me?
Racism is an unknown side effect of
Yeah.
Ambien. Yeah.
It's
It's a
not.
great
It's not a
comment.
side effect of Ambien. Is what
Yeah,
she said,
it's a
what
great
it said.
fucking comment.
Something
That's
like that.
fantastic.
That's awesome.
And it's true.
It's
It's true.
exactly.
I've been plenty drowsy. Never just gone on a racist rant because I was sleepy.
Going off of that now, I mean, we talk about that show got canceled, lost careers. Are there shows out right now that should be canceled because of stupid?
I've got one, and I had it in my notes, and I forgot to mention. How come Samantha Bee hasn't been canceled?
Right?
And I don't like Samantha Bee. I don't find her funny.
No, the show's terrible.
I think she's retreading what John Oliver and Jon Stewart and all those guys have done way better.
Way better.
And I like the fact that a female comedian's doing it. I like that. I was rooting for Samantha Bee. It's not funny.
And
It's not.
that's the only reason
terrible.
she's in that position right now.
No, she was great on
It's
the Daily
because she's
Show.
a female.
No, bullshit. She was great on the
She
Daily
was
Show.
really funny on the Daily Show. She was. And when she moved this, when I saw the previews of this show, I was actually like, "Oh wow, cool! I'm gonna check it out." And I watched one episode.
I did too,
and I was like, "This is fucking horrible."
I've watched like 7 of them, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
She's reaching for jokes. And what she did this week in an effort to get on the headlines, because the New York Post loves this shit.
Yep.
And she called Ivanka Trump a cunt.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you like her or hate her or like her dad or hate her dad. You called the daughter of the President of the United States a cunt. And with no basis.
Yeah.
There was no reason to do it. And there was no politics behind it. And Ivanka Trump had done nothing but done what Ivanka Trump does. You don't like her, you don't like her.
Yeah.
But she called her a cunt outright and showed no respect for the office or the family.
Yep.
And it was a meaningless joke and an effort to drop a C-bomb.
Yeah,
on
just
TV.
to get a quick fucking laugh.
And that's exactly what happened.
It sucks how, some comedians fucking do that. They'll fucking like dumb down just for that fucking couple of seconds
To
of
try to
fucking
get
laughter.
the most famous Kathy Griffin has ever been
was her
at the end of her
was
career.
at the end of her career.
holding the head of Trump.
Yep.
Exactly, of course.
And you know what? Again, we're not taking a political stance here. I don't particularly agree with a lot of the things. I don't think Ivanka Trump's a great woman.
No.
She's hot.
It's fucking
Oh,
weak.
yeah.
It's weak. Any comedian that fucking dumbs down to that,
Well, it's
I
not-
say they're weak.
I would
It's weak.
say it's not
your
'cause
material's weak.
politics are always a funny topic. 'Cause
Politics-
you can always make fun of something that they did or didn't do
Every day.
every day.
Every fucking
right?
day.
And it's funny. But when you push it to an example where you start taking a side,
Yeah,
then
no-
it becomes you're just
mean, no,
doing you're reaching.
It's not
for
even
something,
that. It's
you know?
you could take sides and make fun. You know what I mean? Without getting like, oh, you're ugly or this or that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
And it
fucking-
was a base level joke. It wasn't funny. She was trying to go for the holy shit, she just said that moment. And then do you know who heard it? Her sponsors.
Yeah.
And her show lost a shit ton of money.
Really?
So she might get fired anyway. They might cancel the show at the end of the run because she screwed up and she
Yeah.
lost them money.
Yeah.
This is
That's
still a
the,
money
that's
game.
the only reason. Exactly. It's only because of the money.
I don't think people
her.
necessarily disagreed with her. Maybe she is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Ivanka Trump.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
a little cold.
Yeah.
But that's the only C word I would use to describe.
Yeah,
Never
exactly.
heard anything bad about her or anything. I mean, she's got all kinds of charities and shit. It's just fucking.
It's her because of who her dad
But
is.
yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean,
Exactly.
it's like I said, politics and political people are easy targets to poke fun at, to an extent. You know what I mean? When you start personally attacking the person and just
Yeah.
calling them a cunt for no reason is no reason to do
It's a
that.
word I fucking
You
hate
know?
anyway. It's just it doesn't sound right coming
And-
off the lips.
yeah.
So
it's just-
here's an NTS call out to all fucking comedians out there that want to take the easy way out and fucking talk stupid shit about fucking politics, and you have no fucking, you know what I mean?
basis to do it on.
Right.
That's
Just
the thing.
and it's not about looks or this and that. Just come up with something funny, not something that the left is going to think is funny or something that the right is going to think is funny. How about we all just come up with something that everyone thinks is funny?
You know
Comedy
what?
is
John
the-
Stewart did it for years.
Comedy is the biggest, is
Jon
the best
Stewart-
communication fucking portal there is.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more, and that's why we talk about midgets. Yeah, we're the biggest fucking hypocrites in the world. Just by making it. Like that was a wonderful speech. I want to slow clap you right now. Let's slow
Right.
clap.
No, what? It's true.
No, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. Except that everything we've ever done on this show goes against everything.
I know.
But like John Stewart did it for years.
Yeah.
You know, where granted he leaned left,
Yeah,
and you
but
knew
he-
that at the end,
Exactly.
towards the end of his career. But that was towards the end of his career, and I think he knew that, so he started pushing his agenda a little bit. You know what I mean? But in the
He did it
beginning,
with style
he
and
did it
grace.
with style and grace.
He would talk
was
to
never-
people on the other side of
would-
the aisle and treat them.
He would always have them
like
come on the
people.
show and treat them with respect. He would bust their balls,
bust their balls
which
in the
they
wind.
deserved.
And they would bust his balls back. That was the best
Yes.
part about his show. You know,
Yes.
people always talk about,
Yep.
fucking left leaning this, but you got to actually watch and listen to
To what
he
he's saying,
says.
he made sense with
Yeah.
what he said.
He did, of
Also,
course.
what he
very
did.
funny.
Yes.
he was.
He was-
funny.
yeah.
It is just that simple. Make jokes that are funny, and people will
Now,
laugh.
now,
Yep.
what I feel bad about is this fucking clown that took over for him is totally just politics.
He's
What?
I don't even know
Yeah.
his name.
Noah, Trevor
something.
Noah.
Trevor
Noah,
Noah.
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think he's funny.
It's
I
like-
think he's all right.
He can be funny.
Yeah,
But
he
those
can.
were big ass shoes to fill.
Yep.
And I don't fault the kid because he's young too. He's very young.
Yeah.
I don't fault the kid for trying to carve his own identity, where Jon Stewart basically defined that show. If you remember, he wasn't the first host.
No.
it was Craig
No,
Kilborn.
it was
Yeah,
Kilborn.
yeah.
Kilborn, all he did was talk about pop culture.
Yeah.
He never covered politics.
No.
Never did
That's
anything.
true. I guess you got to give every host
Yep.
their own fucking.
And I think he'll
way
carve
of
his
doing
way,
it.
but let him have this, man. He's not a bad comedian.
No, he's a
That's all I
funny
see.
guy.
That's all I hear is
But
shit.
he is-
I don't watch the show, so I can't say. But everything that's on like commercials and shit, it's all political. It's Donald Trump.
Well, I think
this,
the
it's that,
network
whatever.
is
Well,
saying, well,
you-
we've got this audience now.
Yeah.
You've got
You
to
also
match
got to
it.
hop on that audience that
Oh,
you've
of
got.
course you have to.
You know,
Guaranteed.
and that's like Roseanne did. What Roseanne said was so against popular opinion
Yeah.
at this time that it fucked her.
on a network
You know,
owned by
because-
Disney.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then on the third episode, she made fun of two of the network's other shows.
Yeah.
She made fun of the Asian comedy Fresh Off the Boat and
Yep.
Blackish, and by saying, "Oh yeah, they're just like us," ha ha ha. They wrote that into the show, and they got away with it.
wow.
Okay,
that's right.
and then ABC kind of turned a blind eye because they had 18 million fucking viewers.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
guess what? There weren't going to be 18 million viewers next season.
like
after
you
what
said, my
Roseanne
friend,
Yep.
it's all what comedy is comedy. All politics is politics. The bottom line, what's on the fucking bottom of the barrel, is the almighty dollar.
Amen, brother.
And that's all
Amen.
it is.
And, you know,
That's-
again, that's,
that's-
why
that's
we're doing
all it
this.
is.
Every $8 T-shirt sale that we make
Yep.
is another.
$8. I paid way more than that for mine.
So that's net sales.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's net
Exactly.
sales. But
So
you,
we're talking
you
about-
asked a question, so ask it again. What shows should come up?
I mean, yeah, exactly. What shows right now do you think should come off the air because of?
This is all you guys.
Yeah.
You know I don't watch fucking TV, man.
The Rifleman.
Never. No. No.
After 91 years, I think it's time.
No.
Right.
It can never
It
come off
promotes
the air.
violence.
It promotes violence.
There's a couple I have.
Guy's getting shot in the chest and no blood. Guy's just laying on the ground, clutching his chest, going, "Oh, he got me."
He's got
Dramatic.
Oh my god!
I love it. Every point blank shotgun shot could be cured with Alka-Seltzer. But I think one show is almost doomed from the start, and I never really watched it. But it's the Tim Allen show, Last Man Standing. Because
Yeah.
that one had it started out as a typical disgruntled family comedy. And then Tim Allen started becoming a little more outright with his right-wing leanings.
Yep.
And so eventually the show became kind of like a flag post for the Republican Party.
Yep.
And so he saw that and recognized and figured, you know what? I'll lose a bunch of the states on the outside of the country, but all those rectangular ones in the middle, we're going to get all those viewers.
Yep.
And he did. And then ABC canceled it because it wasn't killing it on Friday night. And Fox brought it back.
Yep.
And, you know, not to pinhole Fox, but let's be real.
Yeah.
What is Fox going to censor them for doing what they do?
No.
So now that Roseanne's off the air, Tim Allen's probably seeing this as a fucking
As a good fucking stepping stone to
to be even worse.
Yep.
On a network that probably won't care because they're not owned by Disney,
Yep.
and they'll let him go. And that show might actually transform into something a lot more serious than it actually was. It was a stupid family I've never watched a
Nah,
full
it's
episode.
not that great.
But
You know, but
I see Tim Allen running with this and seeing this as a yellow brick road of opportunity.
yeah.
My other one was The Ranch on Netflix, which is one of those weird shows. It's a filthy, foul-mouthed sitcom.
It is.
It's standard sitcom.
I've watched every episode.
So have I. And yet I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
It's terrible.
And you know why? I think I know why. I think because the guy that raped everybody is hilarious.
Oh my God.
Sounds like a song that
he's
we
funny as
heard
shit.
from Anal Cunt.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No.
That's a B-side.
He's fucking funny as fuck on that show.
He's a funny, talented dude, but he's
Right,
also a
but-
weird Scientologist.
Yeah, and he's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
So fuck him. And I'm glad he's kicked. And I don't care that if I never hear him on a show again, as much as I liked it and thought it was funny, fuck him.
Yeah.
He can go fuck himself.
But now they're
You know
going to
what I
be
mean?
replacing him 4 episodes in on the new season. They've already
Yeah.
filmed it. So now they're going to replace him on the air. I don't know how they're going to do it. But why are you rewarding that? If you're going to cancel all of Roseanne...
This is CGI Peter Cushing standing on the side, on the side of the fucking Ashton Kutcher. Hey.
I don't know, man. I just think, to make a statement, Netflix should probably come out and be like, look, we hired this guy. Everybody on Roseanne got fired because Roseanne fucked up. This guy raped somebody. He didn't just say something on Twitter. He actually physically raped somebody.
Fucking physically
And do
raped
we know that
someone.
for sure? No, but 80 million women claiming it can't be wrong.
I know.
They're like Elvis fans. They can't be wrong.
Like Elvis fans. Shout out to you, Mom. He's the best.
So,
Oh God.
so now you got like a show like that, fucking, which it was funny, and I liked it. But like I said, the guy's a scumbag. Fuck him. I don't care if the show gets canceled outright. They deserve it.
Yep.
Well, they don't deserve. He deserves it. The rest of the cast doesn't.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But what the fuck?
Those casts should intermingle and come up with one super spontaneous show together.
Right? So, yeah. Actually, you just handed me a piece of paper, Mike, with something on it. All right, so we talked about, right, Roseanne and fucking Tim Allen. Imagine if they get a show together
would be
Fox.
amazing. That would be amazing.
You know it's got to be on Fox.
Yeah,
It
it has to be on Fox, them two. Fucking, what do you think the title of the show would be called?
I've got an idea.
What?
I was thinking they would just call it White Home Improvement.
I was thinking they could have fucking, Wilson there, the neighbor, behind a fucking 60-foot wall, fucking peering over. Hey,
I think that would be Senor Wilson, wouldn't it?
Senor Wilson, even better. Exactly.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm struggling with this one. Give me a second. I'm gonna go with fuck. Bedtime for Roso.
Was that supposed to be
That was Tim Allen with his fucking stupid. Yeah.
I can't wait for your ball to drop.
Yeah.
Just so you can actually do that bit right.
Yeah.
He's got to get it out of his throat first.
That's it. Yeah.
That's better. That's better.
Bedtime for fucking Roso.
Just fucking Craig and his non-descended
I'm
testicle.
telling you, man, it's
Oh,
going to happen.
shit.
It's going to happen. Them two join forces with Fox. Oh, my God.
It'd be
Look
great.
out.
And then,
It's-
special guest for the 3rd week in a row, Ann Coulter. It's a laugh riot coming to you this week on Fox.
Shit.
Yeah.
But fuck. Oh God, dude. We spent like a little over an hour just dealing with fucking people being stupid and racist and bigoted and fucking
But
dumb.
Starbucks did one better.
Yes,
They spent 5 hours.
yes, they did.
They took a whole day and told their people, you can serve black coffee and you will serve black people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about time, motherfucker.
Nice.
But really, $200,000 fucking dollars they spent, wasn't it, or something like
Oh, there's
that?
a lot more than that. They closed how many stores to have anti-bias
Yeah,
training?
no,
Yeah.
it was 200,000, whatever, something. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, that was fucked up. All right, next. Go ahead. Let's go.
Well, Starbucks basically closed a bunch of locations.
Yeah.
to have anti-bias training, which is great,
Yeah.
but shouldn't have been part of your training.
In the beginning?
Yeah, when you started the job, why do they have to close the stores and keep all these white soccer moms from getting their fucking morning lattes?
Right.
Because remember, they need those.
They do.
Just to carry them to the mimosa hour at 11 a.m. They need that. I don't understand, like, what did they think they were doing? In my opinion, and you know me, I'm not shy about handing it to you, I think when you make a national headline saying, hey, we're not racist, and we are telling our racist staff that we're not racist,
Yeah.
and all the people that like us that are racist, we're saying we're not racist, we're shutting down. That's way more racist than just doing it.
They're just doing it. Yeah.
Why do you have to make fucking headlines?
Saying
with
fuck you, we'll fucking close your store down if you don't fucking deal with people like normal people.
That's it.
That's it.
Be decent
Because-
people, baristas or whatever they call
and
them.
that's what and I said this before. I said it's a fucking dog and pony show, is what it is, because there is not one person on the fucking board who gives a fucking single shit about fucking what color you are or what you got. They just give a shit about the money in your pocket.
as long as it's
and they don't
green.
give a fuck about the way you treat anybody and all that shit. And they just want to cater to the smug hipster and the white soccer mom who wants to come in and fucking spend $20 on a fucking coffee.
Agreed.
It is pretty fucked up, but you know, I think I have a way to solve this fucking problem. We touched a little bit on glory holes last fucking
Right.
episode.
There you go.
Just
I'm
fucking
dying to see how you make this connection.
just set up fucking every coffee shop.
We
like
call
it's
them
a
galaxy holes because it's Starbucks.
nice.
Oh my god!
So we make up these galaxy holes, right? And you fucking
He went right with it. That's the best. We make up these galaxy holes. He went right with
ask
it.
the person what the fuck they want, and you give it to them through a fucking hole without seeing who they are, what they fucking are, what their background is, what color they are, or anything. Just fucking give them the coffee, and that's it. We don't have to fucking deal with each other. Just fucking do it.
I'm putting a grande blow-a-chino.
I said this in the beginning. The fucking biggest problem they have and their biggest bias is against the fucking English language because it's fucking small, fucking medium, and fucking large.
That's right.
And that's it.
It's all it should be.
You know what I mean? What the fuck?
It's all it should be, dude.
I love when you just end your rant with "What the fuck."
I fucking hate that shit. I mean, seriously. It is.
Craig is on venti right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vente.
The only thing that upset me about this is just a week or two ago, we talked about how Starbucks was going to be forward thinking and open their doors and let people shit in their establishment, whether or not they're customers. And then right after they said, okay, homeless people, you want to come take a dump in peace? Come on over here. Then they shut their doors and said, yeah, you're not welcome.
They're like, this is a
Yeah.
bad idea. People, immediately people started dealing drugs in their bathrooms.
Oh, no doubt.
Hell yeah.
They had all kinds of problems.
Hell
People
yeah.
fucking homeless people started crawling up underneath the fucking counters and doing all kinds of shit.
I have a problem with Starbucks discussing race and color at any kind because their white chocolate mocha is brown.
Right?
Their brownies are white.
It's delicious, though,
Yeah, and
from what I see. I mean,
I would sing that song. All our scones are brown.
and our owner is white.
All right, fuck Starbucks. We've given them
Fuck
so
them.
much free
Way
press.
too much
No
free
shit.
press, and I've never gotten a fucking free coffee from them, so go fuck yourselves, you fucking dicks.
I've never
I hate
ever
'em.
had a Starbucks coffee.
Don't. They
Don't.
suck.
It burnt.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Just serve coffee.
It tastes like burned coffee.
Go to Cumberland Farms, mostly because it's a farm and you'll
Dollar.
feel at home.
You
Dollar.
do. And it's a
It's a
99
dollar.
cents, and it's good coffee.
All right, so what else is Hollywood doing to piss people off? Not pissing me
Oh,
off.
it continues.
It continues. Another
just-
fat Hollywood celebrity.
Yes. Yep.
We've spent a lot of time today talking about fat actresses.
Fat women. Yeah.
But Melissa McCarthy, she's making a movie with puppets. And apparently it's a little too close to the puppets we grew up loving and knowing.
Yep.
And they're being sued for copyright infringement from the Jim Henson Studios. And
Yes.
basically, it's supposed to be a riff on Sesame Street. I don't know the name of the movie.
No, they're not getting sued by Jim Henson Studios. They're getting sued by Sesame Street.
Which is Jim Henson.
No, because some of the producers on
it's separate now.
it's separate now because the producers on her movie are from Jim Henson's company.
Oh,
Happy
get out
Time.
of
Oh
there.
yes.
Happy Time Murders.
Yes.
Wasn't that the name
Is
of
that
the
what it's
movie?
called?
Yeah.
Happy Time
Yeah.
Happy
Murders?
Time Murders.
Yep.
Okay.
And Sesame Street is suing them because they say no Sesame, all street.
Oh, so it's just a tagline?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a caption
They're
on
suing
on
them
their
for a
poster,
tagline.
pretty much.
Well,
For
they don't have
for
the words together.
No.
And they didn't say, can we all get down to Sesame Street or whatever the song says.
Or I'm going to fuck Grover in his mouth. They did none of that.
No, none of
I
that.
used to love that segment.
Yeah. Yeah. So did Grover.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. More blowjobs.
Yeah.
But for Jim Henson, it was just like jacking off fucking anyone else.
Yeah.
He had his hand up so many asses.
Yeah. I loved anal.
That's why they all went, yeah. All right, but what are they suing for? Are they concerned that there's going to be confusion?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. And I think
It's an
that,
R-rated movie.
Yep.
Okay, Jim Henson's studios will not be on the logo.
Yep.
Is Sesame Street really thinking that
The only person I could see falling for this is my father, circa like 1971 when he first came to this country. Hey, look, it's the puppets.
All right.
We go watch the puppets.
You know
huh?
what's funny is
know?
you
That's
say
it.
that. Yeah, I
Oh,
get
there's
exactly.
billions of them that would.
Do you know that from 1968 to 1970, when Sesame Street first came out, that it was labeled for adults? It wasn't a children's show.
How do you figure that?
Mr. Looper?
Because it wasn't. It was.
Mr.
It was.
Hooper.
It was made for adults, and then they switched it over
Adults on acid.
to
Yeah.
no. They did, and I mean, like I said, fucking Oscar the Grouch is a bum who lives in a trash can.
Okay.
I find that offensive, right?
Why? Are you a bum?
But
You
first,
live in a trash.
Bert and Ernie, blatant gay couple,
Oh, no doubt.
which is fine, right?
Rubber
Cookie
ducky.
Monster, greedy glutton, who in the beginning smoked a pipe.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Right? Grover was green in the beginning. He wasn't blue like he is now.
You're right, he
And
was green.
He hung out with hippies and did a lot of fucking social fucking, like, fucking, what do you call
Drugs.
that word? No. Civil disobedience.
Oh, so he was like a shit-in protester?
Yes. You know what I mean? And they did, and that's when it
superhero.
first started. They were doing that stuff, and it was like one of those. It was supposed to be like one of those trippy,
Well, look at
fucking
the count.
60s shows.
He was the fucking bookie down the street, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
1, 2, 3, I'll break your legs. Snuffleupagus was like fucking walking around, fucking smashing people in the head with his trunk.
Seriously, Snuffleupagus was like the hitman. You never
Yeah.
saw him coming out of the
no
shadows.
shit.
And even that, you talk about even when the show became for kids and they were teaching lessons, right up until the 90s, fucking when it all broke up. Remember, Snuffleupagus was supposed to be a
Yeah, and then it came out like he was real.
he was
like
real.
this
He
big
was
thing.
Big Bird's supposed to be his imaginary friend.
And then everybody
but he
found out
wasn't.
he was real.
But
I
the
remember
worst
that.
part was fucking Big Bird blamed everything on him. Big Bird constantly lied
Yeah,
and
now what?
blamed everything on
Now what's he gonna
Snuffleupagus,
do?
who never did anything
He
wrong.
was a yellow snitch.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was.
He was.
He was a douchebag.
Yeah, well, I think we can all agree on that.
He was
Right?
big, though.
And, I still don't know to this day. Male, female, don't know.
No,
Don't
no,
know. Don't know.
Female.
no. It was he was male because they ended up having a female Snuffleupagus.
I don't know, but I know the.
No,
the-
not Snuffy. Big Bird.
I know
Big
Bird.
he's total fucking asexual,
I know.
fucking giant
Well,
bird.
Big Bird was played by a woman. I know that. Some old woman.
Was it really?
Yeah, I just seen it like actually a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no,
This
it's an old
woman.
dude, but his name's Carol.
No, it's a woman. It's a woman. Check it out.
I'm going to bet on this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we're
check
gonna have
it
to
out.
look at that.
We got to look that
I'll
up.
bet you one of those sausages.
Whatever, man. Fucking either way.
But I
It's
mean-
Big Bird.
So, but
could've been
if you
either
go
one.
back, to a point where if you had a show for children right now and someone's just banging on the pipe,
Children.
sitting in a trash can, well, Cookie Monster was smoking a pipe, eating cookies, greedy motherfucker. People don't want their kids just hammering cookies like machines anymore and puffing
No,
on
he
pipes.
eats vegetables now. Now he's got the message. You got to eat cookies after you eat your dinner.
Yeah,
And he's doing all that right. It's funny, though, if you go back on, I guess Netflix has still got them. I don't know if they do anymore. But my wife wanted to show the kids the early ones in like the early 70s. And they found them. And every one of them comes with a disclaimer now. None of these pieces of advice are now relevant. Do not show this to your children.
Yep.
Because what they're saying is, if
listed
you're lost in
as adult.
Well, no.
not so
What
much
they said
that,
was
it's
it
the
was a children's show
developments.
at the time, but the advice they were giving was no longer relevant in the modern day. And they were saying,
all right,
it was like, if you're lost in the mall, go find a stranger and walk with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that.
Find the nearest adult.
Yeah.
Find the
was the
nearest
biggest
adult
thing.
and ask him for the
Or
where's
if
the exit of the trunk of your car.
Or if an adult comes to somebody who offers free candy is nice and kind, and they're on the good list.
yeah.
But also, like, if somebody comes into your home, the polite thing to do is let them in.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So,
No, my mom's in the shower. Oh, my mommy's not home right now. Come on in.
that's right. Why don't you have a seat in our sitting room? In our foyer.
What would you like to eat before you molest and murder me?
I don't know. The other guy gave me sausage.
Elmo, bend over, kids. He's like,
This is Elmo's world. That's what he created.
that was Woody Woodpecker, kid.
No, that was Bert. Come on.
All right, there you go. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yep, Bert and Ernie.
All right, so the Melissa McCarthy movie will probably be an absolute bomb at the box office. And now
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm definitely
I'm going to watch it on principle.
It's got
Yeah.
puppets in
It's
it.
not going to be funny.
No, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna go see it in the theater. I'm gonna wait for it to come out in HBO.
Well, do you
or some
guys remember
shit.
Avenue Q?
Yes.
That was the play that came out on Broadway, and I had the pleasure of seeing it on Broadway. It was amazing. But it was basically a filthy Sesame Street.
Yep.
And I remember, like, there were two
Oh my
puppets.
God, that was a while
amazing.
ago. I remember
and
that.
They had, like, Everybody's a Little Bit Racist was one
I
of the
remember
songs.
that, dude. You saw that live?
Yeah, and then there was
Oh, that must've
also
been
a
awesome.
song with, like, they come back from intermission, and the stage isn't lit up at all, and the screens on the side of the stage light up immediately. And they left off with two puppets that were potentially hooking up. And then it starts out counting down, and it goes 5 nightstands, 4 nightstands, 3 nightstands, 2 nightstands, and then it goes 1 night stand. It was amazing, the whole show. But it was on a street just like Sesame Street.
Yeah.
There was like a tenement that everybody just lived in indiscriminately. Nobody went to
See,
work.
so why
Yeah.
so why didn't the fucking children's workshop fucking sue them then?
Oh
Sue
my
that
God, you remembered the name of it? It's the Children's Workshop.
Television
Yeah.
Children's Workshop.
There was no lawsuit whatsoever. It had a great run on Broadway, and it even
It
came
was
up
huge
here.
on
It was
Broadway.
On
It
tour.
was big on Broadway.
Phenomenal
I remember
show.
that.
And
was
it
a
actually had
while
a
ago.
sweet ending. And the actors were right on stage holding the puppets. I mean, there was it
Yeah,
was a low
yeah.
budget
All in
thing.
black clothes and shit.
No, they were out there
Oh,
talking
really?
to them and everything. Oh,
Oh,
it was
shit.
great. It was
That's
great.
cool.
Great show. I just don't understand why Henson feels the need to sue Melissa McCarthy.
It's not Henson. It's Sesame Street.
All right, whatever. But
Well, yeah,
Sesame
he's
Street is
going-
owned by Disney now, right?
Yes.
Because Sesame
I think,
Street
most likely
Sesame
Disney owns
Street
everything.
is part of the Muppets,
That's-
which is owned by Disney.
It
Yeah.
makes sense if Disney's part of it because they want to protect their fucking brand. Till
What is the
no
theme of the
end.
night?
Till
Fuck
no
Disney.
end.
Right?
Fuck Disney. And they, you know what? Even with the Solo thing, maybe they screwed up Solo too.
They
Yep.
screwed up that fucking guy's face because he looks nothing like fucking Han Solo. Damn it.
And fuck that mouse. Just fuck
Yep.
that mouse.
Well,
Fuck
that,
'em.
that fucking okay. Fuck
Lord
that
knows
mouse.
Minnie ain't. You can see her smoking a pipe after.
So anyway,
Smoking Goofy's pipe.
so we've gotten to all this stuff.
So anyway,
This show is so fucking stupid. We really are 3 fucking idiots.
You're right.
we
It
are.
is. We
I
are.
love it. I love it.
No, but anyway, I think we're getting close to the end. So we've got a few segments to get through.
Yeah, we do. And we should announce there's been some changes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been a few.
We don't know what they've been. None of us do. Let's just randomly throw ideas out at each other for an hour.
Well,
No.
we were there was something we were doing called the Roundup, and we were having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
But Mike, who came up with the roundup, pointed out to us this week,
We've been doing
2.5
wrong.
weeks after we started doing this.
No, we were doing it wrong. It's just, that's not what I imagined it to be. But it
again,
was great.
all we do all
It's
week
been
is
great.
talk to each other. And Mike decided this was the optimal time to tell us we're doing it wrong. So what used to be known as the roundup is now known as the totally, completely not connected, not confusing, not even close to being a roundup list of cunts, brought to you by three twats who can't figure shit out until 5 hours before a show.
Right.
I
And
like
tonight's
that.
topic for that, I'm not going to repeat it.
I like that.
Other tweets we found on Roseanne's phone.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Craig, start off, please.
All right. Tweet from Roseanne. Went to see War for the Planet of the Presidential Advisors with the family this week.
Mike.
Looking for work, special skills, bomb throwing, dream crushing, and beef warming. Also, many years of waitressing. Fake waitressing.
Fake waitressing, yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. She worked in that department
Yeah.
store diner. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had Jesus was a Jew who turned on his religion and started a cult.
It's true. Look it up.
I take Ambien to help me with my insomnia. Hashtag white power.
That's so fucking funny.
Does everyone really think I'm racist, fat, self-absorbed asshole? I don't get it. Muslims and blacks don't watch TV, do they?
She totally would have tweeted that.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally would have.
Exactly.
I celebrate Cinco de Mayo by smoking meth with my gardener Jose, and I celebrate the 4th of July by reporting him to immigration.
At least I didn't rape anyone.
I have a new show coming out called Roseanne Equa. It's pretty much the same as Roseanne, but everyone's in blackface.
Oh, wow. Coming this fall
This fall.
to Fox News. I had, whenever I see homeless people shooting heroin, I slap the needles out of their hands because poor people don't deserve happiness.
Wow. I didn't even fucking see that one. That was a good one. Damn it.
And my show, Roseanne, has always been about inclusivity and acceptance. I mean, we even had a tranny kid.
Isn't it inclusiveness?
No.
No, it's inclusiveness.
Okay. Yeah, in this house, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you it is.
Where you have the Emmanuel Lewis Webster Dictionary.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the full-size fucking figure. Yes, I do. He's got diapers on.
I said I named my pussy Calculus because it's dry, hard, and no one wants to do it.
I'm done. That's all I had. I'm
all I
sorry,
got.
guys.
I got 2 more.
But
I've got 19 more.
Yeah, you do.
fucking Brad's got
All
a
right, so I'm
ton of
gonna go.
good ones.
I'm not racist. All my groundskeepers at my mansion are Mexican.
I said they say money can't buy happiness, but it's hard to look sad while getting head from Sandra Bernhardt in a Range Rover.
Hashtag why not me?
Exactly. Exactly. If you guys don't mind, I got about 8 more.
Do it
Go
up,
ahead,
dude. They're
go
great.
ahead.
They're fucking
I
great.
had I try not to make eye contact with homeless people, but sometimes it's hard when they're bouncing off your windshield.
So true.
I had my pussy looks like a grenade went off in an Arby's. I just took a shit so violent and hot it felt like my soul was leaving my body. Hashtag Olive Garden. I had every day after Thanksgiving. I have a Friday so black it owes 6 months back child support. Apologies to our potential new label mates. We're not really. We're just kidding. We're just kidding.
Oh my god.
I go, ladies, as long as you have a mouth, you'll never be truly unemployed.
This was my favorite right here.
I take my men like I take my rum, white and full of coke. And then this one's aimed at the two gentlemen at my table. Any Bud Light commercial that doesn't show men having sex with one another is false advertising.
I'll get you guys a beer. Drop your pants.
And that is it for the totally, completely not connected, not confusing, not even close to being a roundup list of cunts brought to you by three twats who can't figure shit out easy until 5 hours before recording a show.
That's right.
We probably will change
in other
the
words,
name.
Friday.
So, Brad, I mean, these guys, I think this is about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So, Brad,
we did a little rambling tonight.
we did. We got a little housekeeping to do.
As always, my friend. As always. Show news. I'm not going to say anything now, but we might have an announcement in the very near future.
Yes.
Okay, we got something big. We got a hold of some people.
Yeah, we did.
We're not going to mention their name, and they got a hold of us right back.
Immediately.
Like immediately, and it seems like we found some kindred spirits. So we're not going to say anything else. Crossing our fingers. Nothing's been signed. Nothing's been dotted, but
could be big.
It could be big for us, and hopefully will be a good addition to what they're doing.
We're happy about it.
So I can tell you that the things that they're doing are right in line with what we're doing, and we're really excited to have a few more conversations, hammer this thing out, and then maybe we'll have the big announcement next week.
Yep, I hope so.
But fingers are crossed. Fingers are crossed. Other than that, one of the ways we made this happen was through the power of social media.
Yep.
So, as always, on Twitter at NTS_podcast on Twitter, and same on Facebook, and it's ntspod@gmail.com. Please reach out. We actually had some good stuff come in this week. We had a couple people reach out to us, so these housekeeping segments are working.
They're working.
Yeah, I mean,
do it.
They probably should, Craig, seriously, get another cartoon picture.
Yeah.
But you know what? Any feedback is welcome feedback, so that's good.
That's right.
And then finally, as always, like we don't mention her the fuck enough, Christy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Christy's awesome. She's doing ntsrundowns.com. Again, ntsrundowns.com. Hopefully she will be able to separate her personal life and her professional life and get to this website sooner rather than later. We fucking love this girl. We love her friends.
Rocks,
we love their future show. And
she's
we can't
awesome.
thank her enough. Good luck with those last 2 weeks teaching, even though we sent you off last week.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to throw it to Mike for the actual roundup. And it's going to be...
Wrap up.
Yeah, let's wrap up the week.
Roundup, wrap up.
Basically take an hour and a half of meaningless audio and put it into 2 or 3 meaningless sentences. Go, Mike.
That's it. It's, so once again, the human race needs to be taught a lesson of consequence. What makes TV and movie stars think that they're above paying for the stupid shit they do, say, or tweet? We must realize that what we put out there will reflect not only on yourself, but the people that are connected to us also. And that is the real tragedy. Humans in general are idiots. Trust me, we know this. We just have to remind each other more on what not to do rather than what we want to do sometimes. Speaking of reminders, Craig, isn't there something that you have to do?
Needless to say, we said it.